How can one get over the trauma of childhood sexual abuse?
So, at the time this event happens, it's a child, and the child is completely unable to cope with this reality. It's extremely difficult for that child. So, clearly, there is not much that the child can do about this. But as an adult, it is possible to do something about this. Now, one typically tends to use the word process in this regard. Now, what is the best way to process a deeply hurtful memory? Ironically, the best way to process it is to go mentally back to the memory and live it fully. The point is that trauma is actually the result of not feeling what needs to be felt completely. It's understandable that as a child there is emotional lack of maturity, and it is impossible for the person concerned to actually feel it, and hence it is perfectly natural for it to be blocked, suppressed, etc. But when this particular person has reached the level of maturity necessary, it's best to go back to the memory, feel it fully, vocalize it out completely, and note, it's not about verbalizing it and objectifying it. It's not about trying to give labels to it and keeping it separate from you, because that will propagate the trauma and perpetuate it. The idea is to completely feel it fully in your body, in your mind, everywhere. And if it feels like shouting, screaming, just go right ahead and do it. And once all the tears that need to be let out have been let out, once all the anger that needs to be let out has been let out, a degree of peace would be automatically seen to appear from within. And when that happens, know that you have been completely relieved of that particular trauma. And once that happens, you will notice that this childhood sexual trauma would still continue to remain, but only as a memory. It would not be something that will continue to run your life anymore.